Hey guys, good to see you again. Personally, for me, it was a lot of fun to watch Taylor and Sam do the coaching session together. I thought they did a really good job, and they gave me some nice pointers on what I can do better in the future. So, just to note, the things that I thought Taylor did really well was she laid out what she was going to do. So, in kind of a step by step process, they would cover one subject, and then Taylor would explain like the next thing that they were going to talk about, and she did a nice job of just kind of informing Sam, so there were never any like surprises or anything. Also, I really liked when Taylor did the rose thorn bud approach. I think that's a really good icebreaker and a way to get the conversation moving and to learn a little more about the students. I also thought, Taylor did a nice job of making Sam feel like this is a safe space and that Taylor really cares about her. And if she ever has anything going on, to never be afraid to talk to her and talk to her about her feelings or anything. And I also thought she did a good job of explaining what the Big Six experiences and the five elements of well being were, because I think those can be kind of a confusing thing, especially like for the incoming BizAd 111 students. I know for me personally, I thought that was a little tricky to understand when I first came in. I also thought Taylor did a nice job with the 80-20 listening approach. Sam did almost all the talking. I would say it was almost like more of a 90-10, honestly. So Taylor did a really good job listening and then asking some good questions that allowed Sam to kind of dive deeper into what she wanted to talk about. And then lastly, I thought Taylor did a good job of kind of wrapping things up and telling Sam, how she sees each strength in like what she's doing and what she's going to do in the future. So I thought that was really cool, and obviously Sam really appreciated that as well. So secondly, like what the BizAd 111 students will value with the Big Six experiences and well-being approach. I think that it could give them goals to accomplish in college. So with the Big Six experiences, having like a teacher and mentor that cares about you, I think it's just things to think about so that when they go on in the future, they kind of can pay attention to that. And also the long-term project, I feel like is a thing that people sometimes have a hard time accomplishing while they're in school. So that's another kind of just goal that they can set. Also, I think it allows them the opportunity to open up as far as well-being goes, so they can talk about, the well-beings that are growing and going well for them, and maybe what they're struggling a little bit with. And I think that gives the coaches a good chance to be there for them and give them any advice that they can on how to improve their well-beings in any of the areas they're struggling in. And then lastly, it allows the students to be able to reflect on kind of like what they've accomplished in college so far, and just again being able to look forward and see like where they want to go. And then the last one, which techniques do I want to apply to my coaching practice? So I really like the rosebud thorn approach. I think that, like I said earlier, I mean, it's a great conversation starter. It allows them to open up to you about things that are going well in their life for this week and things that maybe they're a little concerned about or struggling with. I think it allows you to see what they get really excited about. So then it's a good it's a good way for you to learn more about them and for you to be able to have more conversations. So if they like sports or if they like school or whatever, it allows you to be able to understand that so you can get more involved with them. I also thought like asking them what like their favorite classes are, and just being able to have small talk at first and allow them to be comfortable talking to you just about normal things will help the coaches out in the long run, because then it allows them to feel comfortable talking to you about smaller things, so then they'll be able to open more up when the time comes to talk about strengths, when maybe they're kind of in an unfamiliar territory compared to talking about themselves and what are their interests. So yeah, that's my insight.